All right, we are going to get started on our Oregon City Arts Commission for December 19, 2024 at 7:01. If we could please do a call to order and roll call.
Good evening, everybody. Trieste Andrews.
Here.
Tima Carlson.
Here.
Amanda Dexter. Back to her. I am expecting Amanda to join via Zoom tonight. Daria Loy. Here. Emma Lugo.
Here.
Josh Planton.
Here.
Choir.
Here.
And Rebecca Sierra.
Here.
Terrific. And as Karen Berg has an excused absence, and she will just have to get her card and gift at another time.
All right, if we could look at the agenda for today and do an adoption of the agenda if approved.
I have a question about the agenda. Looks like the first discussion item is to meet the candidates for the Arts Commission.
That's correct.
There are more applications than there are candidates.
We received 6 applications. Thank you for taking the time to fill out the application. We have, I think, we have 3 people here in person and another person who I think is coming tonight in person.
Okay.
And then 2 people who couldn't come tonight but provided some information to us. So we will interview the folks who are here and spend some time to get to know them, and then talk about what else we've received in the process.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Emma has a question.
Yeah, Anne, are we going to talk about the budget? Because you mentioned that we aren't going to be able to have enough money for second round grants.
Yes, and
Is that on the agenda?
it's not on the agenda, and the reason is I don't have a final answer. And I know I was late. I tried to get the agenda and get everything published the Friday before we meet, and I did not have a final documentation to share with you. So I didn't put it on the agenda because we don't have a final answer.
Okay, thank you.
And then the items that were tabled at the last meeting.
Okay.
So they were the standard operating procedure and the process for approving for grants that we requested some edits be made. Would those be then ready for approval at the next meeting? Because I presume they would be for this meeting, but it doesn't look like they are on the agenda for that.
I did incorporate the edits that you guys provided to me, but I did not bring the final document for that RFQ.
Well,
Oh, go ahead.
the grant RFQ, is that what you're talking about?
Right, because there were some, you guys had some comments.
Yeah, I didn't make any edits on it until I knew we were going forward with the grant. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Because wouldn't it be mine and Rebecca's responsibility to make the edits we talked
I'm
about?
sorry, I was responding to Tima's question, so I probably said the wrong word.
okay.
Tima was asking if the RFQ that would go in with the public art restoration grant program.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So I can find the right words. So I did take your edits to the RFQ, and I did incorporate them, but I don't have them. I didn't bring them to distribute tonight. I can distribute them electronically right after the first of the year because we talked about it at the November meeting. So.
Okay, if someone can please make a motion for,
I move that we accept the minutes as presented.
do we have a second?
I second.
Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
Sorry.
Aye.
Sorry, Emma said the minutes. Are we approving
We're
the minutes
doing
or the
the
agenda?
agenda original.
Sorry. I move we approve the agenda as presented.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And good catch.
I second the agenda.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Okay, very good. Now, if you look at Our minutes from the November 21st, 2024 meeting. You can take a chance, please, to review and let us know if there are any edits.
I have an edit. Page 6, paragraph 7, the sentence where choir offered to volunteer to help artists. The sentence isn't finished, so even for the need of, what? Do you remember?
So you said paragraph 7?
Yeah, it starts with choir. There's Josh, and then it
Choir
starts with
stated
choir.
that it is really important to support working artists. Is that what you're talking about?
Need some kind of work examples even for the need.
Even for the need.
Catch. What page is that on, Rebecca?
Page 6.
Are we talking about this? I don't know. What is, I didn't
Can
understand.
somebody, if you know which paragraph we're talking about, could you just read the first sentence out loud? 'Cause
Choir
there's-
offered to volunteer to help artists who are
There it is.
Just starting out.
Oh, yeah.
That one?
Need some kind of work examples,
even for
even for the need.
Oh, I don't know what that means.
I don't know if that know what that means either.
Okay.
Good catch.
Maybe just take off even for the need, and it could just be needs some kind of work examples.
Okay, thank you. We will fix the minutes.
Okay.
And we can table voting on them until I give you a fixed version next month.
Sounds good.
Our next item is public comment. Do we have any citizens here for public comment?
Okay. I did not receive any specific public comment today.
Okay. We will move on to item 5, discussion items. Our first is the 2025 New Arts Commissioners. We get to meet the candidates.
And I want to recognize Amanda, who is on Zoom. Hello. You can see her up there. Okay. So that people know, Emma Lugo and Amanda Dexter are current arts commissioners, and they're participating electronically. So in the packets that you guys have, I listed our candidates alphabetically by first name.
Okay.
So
we'll start with
we can
Amy?
proceed in that order if you want to.
Okay, so I presume that the candidates will come up to the table, state their name, just like standard operating public comment. And then if we have any questions, we can ask.
Does
as
everybody,
needed.
so again, I'd like to thank each of you that have applied to be an arts commissioner. Thank you for taking the time to fill out the application, and thank you for making the time to come here tonight. Everybody who's in front of you that you see and has received a copy of your application. So in your packets, guys, again, it's in alphabetical by first name, along with the evaluation little spreadsheet that Daria typed up for people to take notes.
And then we had 3 questions.
Yep, so do you see those 3 questions?
I don't see them in my packet.
I don't see the 3 questions.
But I can look at it on the email because I have it. Well, actually, we do have them because they were asked to Kristen. So in the email communication, right? Correct? So number 1 is here.
So the 3 questions that we're going to ask each candidate is, why would you like to be a part of the Arts Commission?
Yep.
And please tell us about your artistic practice and background, and what do you want the arts, or what do you think the Arts Commission should be doing? So those are the 3 questions.
Thank you. Okay. So we're gonna.
Would you like me to put that on a piece of paper for everybody to have? 'Cause
I wrote it down.
I wrote it, yes.
Sure, absolutely. We want to make sure everything's fair, so everybody gets the same. Yeah, so the three questions are, why would you like to be part of the Arts Commission? Please tell us about your artistic practice or background. And what do you think the Arts Commission should be working on? Go ahead, Emma.
Yeah, I just want to, state how very important it is that we don't ask random questions during this process.
Yep.
In order for the process to be fair, everyone has to be asked the same question.
Exactly.
Yep.
Do you, we didn't decide who on the panel or who on the commission wants to ask the questions? Do you want to have one person ask one person ask two? Or
Rotate a bit. Start from, and then
just
go.
go down?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
And are we going to start with the first candidate?
We will. I want to ask, but before we call the first candidate up, are there any questions about the process? Does anybody have any questions about the process? So after we have the opportunity to meet with the three candidates that are here in person tonight, you guys will fill out the little sheet that you have and take your notes, and then we'll submit all of that to the mayor. There are two other candidates who couldn't be here in person, and Mayor McGriff has told me she wants to try to meet with them and ask them those same questions. So,
I personally think it would be, to be fair to all candidates, to be in the same conditions, be exposed to the same conditions, and to have some candidates being interviewed by the Arts Commission and some candidates being interviewed by the mayor. It doesn't seem to be the same conditions. So I personally would prefer, if possible, to create the same condition for all candidates, to ensure equity and fairness in the process.
I agree with that.
I appreciate that, and we'll see what we can do.
I'll be personally very happy to volunteer some time to ensure that that happens, and I'm sure other people in the commission would also.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Because it's, I mean, I know you all know this, ultimately the appointment is made by the mayor. But I would, if possible, it would be great to have the decision before the January meeting. So if you guys are available to make some time to interview those other two folks, we could do it via Zoom as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, terrific. All right, well then,
Hold on, sorry, I'm like to speak on this. I mean, we have had situations in previous years where there has not been candidates available. We have had a chance to look at their documentation and include them in the process of deciding. I don't think that these candidates know all the information. They've gotten the information about when the meeting was, and they've submitted their paperwork. I think that we should only do this once tonight. And I think that at the end of the night, we should have three people to recommend to the mayor. The mayor can do whatever she would like with all that information afterwards. But I think that we should have this done tonight.
But Emma, I think the problem that we are encountering is that at this moment, more than three of the candidates, but assuming that the fourth candidate is going to come here tonight, two of the candidates for sure are not going to be in this meeting. And so for us to make but at the same time, they reached out, and my understanding is that they communicated with Anne, and Anne explained that they are not, correct me if I'm incorrect, but my understanding from the communication that you had with them was that even if they cannot be here tonight, they are not automatically excluded from the selection process. And so because of that communication at that point, to ensure equity, if we have to make a decision or have to make a proposal across the six candidates, then to be fair to all candidates, we should utilize the same process. If we then, if you are proposing, maybe Emma, that the people that are not here in the room today, we are not considering them, that is something certainly that we can discuss. Yeah, but if we want,
we've already got their information. We've got all six candidates have given us their resumes and their answers to the questions. We have at least one of the two who's not here tonight, who's also answered the questions we're going to ask everyone. I mean, if we schedule another event, I may not be able to make it. I mean, I keep my calendar clear for this because this is, it just, I just think that, you know, tonight's the night that we're doing this, and we've got more than 3 candidates, and I feel like we should review all the information tonight and make a recommendation to the mayor. We're not even the people who decide this, so the mayor just needs to know who we think is the best suited for this commission.
Yeah, I hear that.
I mean, the 2 people that are missing is Justin and then,
Kirsten?
yeah, Kristen. But they have answered all of these questions.
Not both. No, no, they haven't.
Just Kristen.
Just Kristen.
Kristen did.
But
Yeah,
not Justin.
But not Justin.
And not Justin.
Justin filled out the application.
I did not have the questions.
But like my understanding from Han is that the mayor wants to interview Justin separately. So
Which,
Yeah, the mayor can do whatever she wants to. I mean, she's ultimately the person who appoints the commissioners, but I mean, we should be giving her a recommendation.
yeah.
yeah,
I feel, I mean, in full transparency and honesty, like, I agree with you, Emma, like, we have enough information to just make our recommendation tonight. Like, if somebody couldn't make this meeting, that's fine. We can use the, whatever, like, their resume and everything that they did fill out, to, you know, basically get a good, gauge on our recommendation. Yes, there is one person that didn't specifically fill out the questions that we ask in this getting to know the candidate. So I hear that you're like, well, that might just be how the cookie crumbles for that person. It seems not equitable. Let's put it this way, if I was somebody applying tonight, if I was one of these new candidates, and I knew that another candidate who couldn't make it would have a personal meeting with the mayor, personal interviewing with the person who is choosing, and I did not get that, that does not seem equitable, period. I mean, I guess the mayor can do what she wants, but also we are the Arts Commission, and we make recommendations to the mayor about this process, and
Well, I agree. But that's why we also have Zoom available for this meeting that they could
Yeah.
be part of.
yeah.
yeah.
So I mean,
Better not.
yeah. So at that point,
Yeah.
if people cannot make it and they cannot make themselves available even by Zoom at that point, maybe we should just interview the people that are
Yes.
here, and the one that didn't come,
Yeah.
right? Or didn't engage with the conversation. I mean, I think that seems to be more equitable than having different type of engagements. That seems to
Yes,
be.
yeah.
See what I
Was
mean?
Yeah,
Justin,
that's what Emma, I think, was trying to convey.
was Justin given those 3 questions that were also given Kristen, and so, then, yeah,
Okay.
he
Well,
was
then-
given the opportunity.
Shall we move move forward then?
Good conversation. Thank you very much.
I had one other question, Anne. For those of us on Zoom, how do you want us to do I mean,
I would maybe.
for the voting, like, can we just give you our numbers at the
Yeah,
end of
that'd
the
be
night?
fine.
Or
That'd be fine.
Or can you fill in
that makes
the
sense if you want to, or I could email you the form, you could fill it out and
you
send it back to me.
Yeah, I'm just not sure how to do all this on the computer. I mean,
Sure.
I can write out something on a piece of paper, but
Yeah, if you want to, you can either email me or you can put it in the chat.
okay.
Would you like me to, I think you have the form in the packet, but if that's hard to open up a
Yeah.
PDF and all that,
I'll just create a version of that
okay,
on paper, just with numbers for each candidate.
that'd be perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Does that make sense to you, Amanda, since you'll be doing your comments the same way?
Yeah, I actually printed it out.
There you go.
So I thought at the end of the night, I just scan it in and email it to you as an attachment. That works.
That's perfect. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, either way is great. Okay.
All right. So our first candidate is Amy Wilson.
Come on down.
I'm used to being at the last because of Wilson. This is great.
Hello, how are you?
It's Commission. Hello, Ann.
Nice to see you.
Hello.
See you.
Well, I guess we're gonna kind of go around with the questions. I'll just start.
Do I have to answer the same way that I wrote them?
No, I believe they can be just, just
Let it
why would you like to be part of the Arts Commission?
I think everybody in this room recognizes the role that arts should play, often can. So I want to be a part of that. I think it's really lovely that this commission got reconvened. I'm excited about that. Other than that, I mean, it's hard to really say, other than wanting to be part of a group that echoes and gets to make important decisions about what our city gets to look like. And so, I'm sorry. Anyway, so who wouldn't, as far as I'm concerned, I think it's really a great idea and would love to be a part of it and work with others. That's the other thing, is to be on a commission, is to get to benefit from the experience of the other people, have different ways of looking at things.
In the past, I thought we usually gave our candidates a chance to make an opening statement, to present themselves, and kind of tell us who they were. Am I not remembering correctly? And then we ask them the questions?
I don't believe so. I think it's just the 3 questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if it's possible,
be
Emma, if you could mute.
Would it be okay if we offered them the opportunity to introduce themselves to us before we ask them the questions?
We already have the package.
That's fine.
Does that seem awkward?
I think we can add a 4th question, and we will submit that 4th question to the other 2 candidates as well that are providing in writing or getting it back to us in another way. So I think if you want to add a 4th question, that's fine. There are
Okay, I see. If you think of it as a question.
Yeah.
I didn't think of it as a question so much as the people who actually showed up in person, like giving them an opportunity to say like, oh, hi, I'm so-and-so. Here's why I'm applying for the Arts Commission. And then say something besides just... But if you see that as additional interview information that gives the 4 candidates who are here in person an advantage over the 2 that aren't, then I would withdraw my suggestion.
I don't think it gives them an unfair advantage if we give them the same opportunity in writing that we are giving to people that are here in person.
I feel like we're reviewing already what we have, and we're moving forward with what we have, so I do feel. So, and then Emma, if you wouldn't mind muting your thing, I think that's why we're getting a little feedback. Thank you. All right, next question. Do you want me to ask it? Okay. Amy, please tell us about your background or experience in the arts or with art.
I believe I was an artist coming out of the womb. I have always made things. I used to steal wire and hardware stuff from my mother when I was barely able to walk, and then make stuff. They were atrocious, but it was art to me. My first show was when I was a teen. So I've been involved in making things for a very long time. And then I've been involved with other groups that are also involved with the arts, notably Crackpots, which is how I met Jen many, many years ago. So that was a fantastic experience. I started a program called Glean. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's still running. Can you repeat that? What's
Sure.
the name?
It's Glean. And it's all capitals because why not? And it's not an acronym, but anyway, GLEAN. Professionally, I worked for Metro in solid waste and recycling, and all it takes is to go to a transfer station for 15 minutes and watch what gets thrown away by people for it to drive you absolutely nuts. I mean, nuts. So I did 2 things. One, I started an art program where it was kind of a residency, although we didn't have the money to actually afford to have a place for them to go, so I had to do from home, which worked out better because they had their own tools. And for 5 months, they got to glean anything their hearts desired, and we put on a formal
art exhibition at really good galleries for them. So it was a little bit different. You have crackpots on the one hand, and then we've got glean artists on the other. That was really pretty neat. A couple in this area, actually, like Ben Dye was another one of our participants, so first year, which is really cool. And then I'm trying to think, I mean, I've made all the way throughout, made things and various things, mostly sculptural, but jewelry. I'm trying to paint. I'm not good at it. I'll keep trying it. And so that's, I was in a band for a while there, and the only reason I mentioned that is I was also terrible at that, but it's important, I think, that it doesn't just have to be visual arts. Yes. And so I think the performance arts get a little second shrift, and I think that would be really important, hopefully, that the commission could work on spaces and ways to promote those as well.
You want to ask the next question?
Sure. So would you like to tell us about what should the Art Commission work, what should the Art Commission focus on?
So I think what I just said would probably be the thing that stands out for me is a bigger variety of the arts that are being promoted. But something else, and this happened definitely with Glean, there were times we didn't have exhibition space. And once you meet artists that are emerging or just kind of getting their feet on the ground, it's exhibitions to them. They can make all they want, but where do you show it? Where can you bring people to see the work? So everybody struggles with that, and boy, wouldn't that be the dream of all dreams if there was a place here in Oregon City that we could find that would not just promote visual arts, could also be performance arts, but that would be dedicated, a dedicated space that would help promote these arts. And then also, I mean, I think I was looking to see the, let me see the definition of what this is about. So the Arts Commission is to enrich the lives of its residents through education and demonstration. So places to demonstrate, places to educate, some place that was dedicated would be my number one. Number two is just to see as much as you can in any way possible.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, do we have Joyce? Hi, come on up, Joyce. How are you?
I recognize a lot of you ladies.
All right, Josh, do you want to ask the first question? I guess we're kind of going around.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hi, Joyce.
Hi, Josh.
So why would you like to be part of the Arts Commission?
I want to be involved and immersed in arts of all kinds. It's just been a passion my whole life. I've been in the corporate world for 30 plus years, and I put my art to bed for 30 plus years, and now I'm coming back to life doing art. And it is so enriching and satisfying to me. And it's satisfying to me to see other artists and maybe to help them to maybe get something out of it the same way I do.
Thank you.
Mike, yeah, okay. Hi, Joyce.
Hi.
Second question is, can you tell us a little bit more about your arts background and or your practice? You said you just come out of the 30-year.
Yeah. Well, my art interest started really early. It was with my mom, because my mom had a little formal training in Germany, and she could draw. And she would draw me, and I would ask her over and over to draw me. And I would just watch her. And then I started copying her drawings, and then I just started drawing everything. And I just wanted my mom to know that this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do with my life. I didn't go that route, obviously. I did go to school. I did go to college. I did take art classes and art history, and painting is my passion. Kind of getting myself off track here. In arts, like I said, I just got back into it. I've been doing a lot of commissions. I really fallen in love with portrait painting. I love looking at faces and getting a reaction from the person I painted it for, and to know that they feel as good about it as I did to give it to them. I want to make them as happy as it makes me. I offer myself, for teaching. I haven't got a whole lot of students, but I would like to teach, and I like to mentor. I want to help other artists.
I see on your resume that you have quite a bit on writing. Do you want to speak at all?
Oh, with writing?
Your art
Yeah.
experience in regards to writing?
That's another. I've dabbled in so many things, and I feel frustrated because I just want to do everything.
Yep.
But I have a couple of novels that I've been working on. One I finished. I haven't gotten it published yet. And there's another one I'm working on. I had a really strange dream about aliens, nothing less, but I'm still working on that. And I've got a couple of writers groups that I've joined on Facebook. And it's really helpful to talk to other writers and to engage in. We suggest things to each other. And it's a little bit of a... It's kind of it's very open, because you are opening yourself to people, and people are very critical. So I try to, not be so critical. I whatever their question was, I try to address the question, because I think I'd like to get into their head and see what they want to accomplish from it. So I've taken a couple of writing classes. I love doing that. I wish I had more money. I'd take more writing classes, because there too, it's a lot of feedback from groups, from people who are just like me, and we all just want to express ourselves. And it's really nice to have that feedback from people who are maybe not like you and have, ideas.
I think on the next question, and what would you like to see from the Art Commission? What are you hoping to see, some vision for them?
Yeah, I'm on board with our last candidate there. I would like to see a center for the arts. I've been to several cities in Oregon, and I just thought, this is great. There's, a place where artists can go. I don't know exactly what they do. I mean, I didn't get that involved, but I would like to see a place where artists of all kinds can go, not just visual artists, music, writers, crafts, maybe network with all of these other organizations that are already out there in Oregon City. Some place where people can come to learn about art, take classes, find an artist that maybe you don't know where to find somebody to do something for you. I was approached by a woman in Westland, it's a teacher, kindergarten teacher, and she wanted to know if I could put something together for her kindergarten class. And I just didn't feel like I was qualified for that. But I said, wouldn't it be great if we could offer those kinds of services to people?
Well, thank you very much.
My one last comment is,
Go ahead.
I've always felt like I'm a unicorn. And when you're a unicorn, you look for other unicorns. And that's basically why I want to be in this group.
We're a herd of unicorns.
Okay.
Okay, so Justin is not here, and Kristen is not here. So Miriam, come on up. How are you? Good.
Good. Hey, everybody.
Hi. Oh, am I the first question this time? Okay. Why would you like to be on the Arts Commission? Are you ready to dive in? I'm sorry, that was quick.
You're like, and go.
And go.
The reason I'd like to be part of the Arts Commission is so that I can have a bigger role in facilitating and helping with the arts in Oregon City. I've been a small business owner in Oregon City for 6 years now, and I've seen the amazing community that we have here. And I've seen little bits and pieces of the arts. There's a few theater companies, and there's a school of music, and there's Soul Flags, the art community center. And I want businesses and nonprofits like that to thrive. And if we're a part of that, then I want to be a part of that. I think that there's a lot of opportunities to enhance and grow in the arts that we have. And like I said, I'd like to be a part of that, so.
Is that mic 22?
Can you please tell us a bit more about your arts background or arts practice?
I have a background in arts. It started out when I was a kid, similar to the other candidates who are here today. And music and art are a very strong influence in my family. My grandfather, who just passed away, was a consummate artist and a musician and a craftsperson. And he even taught himself how to make violins. I learned a lot about, just a big part of who I am from him and my parents. But we always had music nights and talent shows around gatherings and Christmases. And even when I was in second grade, I drew a picture of myself as an artist. And I was like, this is what I want to be when I grow up. And over time, I've taken art classes, dance, I've learned theater, and the visual arts, and just have woven those throughout my life, as well as my education. So in high school, I was part of some art classes and theater, and choir, but I also founded the choir club and was involved in art club and leadership there. And so very involved in high school with public speaking. And then as I went into college, I was struggling with figuring out what to have my degree be in, and just ultimately my heart led me back to art and the performing arts. So I really studied hard and finally got my bachelor's and really got a beautifully well-rounded education in the arts. And I think that would be a strong asset to my coming on board with the commission.
Okay.
I'd like to point out, I'm sorry, that there's 2 commissioners here on Zoom, and neither of us have been included in the process of asking questions.
Oh, good point.
I'm not trying to make a big deal out of it, but it's just, we are part of the process, so we should be included.
Thank you, Emma.
Emma, would you like to read the next question? Or I'm happy to do it. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I could do it, sure. What do you think the Oregon City Arts Commission should be doing?
I tried to find more information on the website, but I couldn't find as much about the things that the Art Commission is currently doing. However, I envision the possibilities of creating even more visibility around the grant program so that more arts-based businesses and nonprofits are aware of the grants, and so they can apply, and then increasing equity and inclusion in the grant process. So making sure that it's ADA accessible, people with that may want to apply, but maybe have some things that are having them come short to feeling like they can approach the process. Just creating more accessibility for that, so that more people have access to the funds and, to enhance the art community, so.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, so Rachel,
I have not heard from Miss
here.
Rachel. One thing that Rachel Rawson applied to about 6 or 7 different boards and commissions, pretty much everyone that had a vacancy she applied to, which good on her for being ambitious. I did send her a message asking if Arts Commission was still on her radar and inviting her to tonight's meeting, and I did not hear back from her. So I did include her in the packet in case she did come tonight, but I think because she did put her name out to so many different public bodies, I think we should maybe not consider her for.
Okay. Okay.
So then that just leaves Kristen and Justin. Okay.
Okay.
I want to thank all the candidates who came tonight. You took a lot of time to prepare the applications. Thank you. Thank you for coming and being here. We're going to pass along our notes to the mayor. Typically, Mayor McGriff comes to our Arts Commission meetings. She's the City Commission liaison to the Arts Commission. She's often at these meetings. She's at the South Fork Water Board meeting tonight. There was a conflict. So we'll pass on our notes to her, and then we'll be in communication with you early in the new year. You have a question, Emma?
Well, I have a couple of points. One is, I don't know if I agree with you, Anne, that we shouldn't include the 6th candidate in our consideration. I mean, I don't think it matters how many other commissions she's applied for. I mean, if she actually has applied for our commission, we should at least rate her candidacy, shouldn't we?
Yep.
That's fair. She's a fair point.
She submitted the same material as Justin did, right? And she didn't respond to Solitino. So it's the same situation as Justin, right?
Right. That's right. She submitted an application, so she is definitely a candidate. She has not responded to my emails or invitation to tonight's meeting.
Yeah, like Justin.
Well, Justin responded to my invitation. He just wasn't able to come.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought that she was supposed to be here, but she
No, I have not heard from her.
ended up not coming. Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay. So you're saying because she didn't, so if they didn't answer the 3 questions, and basically if they didn't answer the 3 questions, we're saying we're not going to consider them? Is that what we're saying?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean,
I just need to know what we're doing so that it's fair. I mean, I heard we have 6 candidates.
Yeah.
But we're creating different levels of criteria for how we're going to recommend those to the mayor.
No, we should.
No, that makes sense. No, we're being really careful to treat everybody equally. I'm just communicating that when I reached out to her, she did not respond.
Yeah, no, can I say, I just agree with Emma, like, we should just move forward with the information we have.
That we
and
have.
Still put our notes on this person.
And exactly, based on what the information that we have available on the 3 candidates, and that's, and because either we interview all the candidates or we don't. The remaining candidates that are not here tonight, right?
And I think we've made sure that everybody has had the equal opportunity.
Yeah.
Everybody was offered the meeting. Everybody was offered who couldn't go to the meeting to answer 3 questions. So we have what we have.
So are we saying that then we're not going to have any follow-up interview for any of the candidates that are not here tonight?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, I think we kind of like, I thought we came to that conclusion in the beginning about like, we're just going to use whatever material we have and then give our recommendation based off of that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, cool.
And then for the decision-making process, in the past, we've done it different ways. It seems like what we're doing this year is that you want us to fill out this ballot for each candidate and then just send it to you, Anne, and you'll do the tabulating and then let the mayor know who were the top 3 recommendations. Is that how it's happening this year?
That's correct. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so we're not going to decide tonight. We're not going to make any
Yes, we can.
You're basically going to decide based on what you get from us.
Well, I'm not making I mean, if you would like to, I can go through as we go, I can go through some of the numbers of the information that we have.
We should do it tonight, like, is there any reason why Amanda and Emma wouldn't be able to send all your information by email to
I think
Anne?
all of the slips, the voting ballots can be submitted, yes. However, I don't think numbers, I know there were issues with how the voting procedures went last time.
Yes.
And that's what they're trying to change.
Right.
So this is, yes, submit these ballots when you are finished, and we'll tabulate the numbers, and then at the end of our meeting, if she'll tell us at the end.
But at the end of this meeting.
It's ultimately the city that will be, who is
The deciders.
approving.
Okay.
And will we
Okay,
be,
and the issue, I'm sorry, the issue that I'm having is that I'm at home on a computer, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna figure out in the next 45 minutes how to, I mean, I guess I could create 6 PDFs.
No, I
you
would
just
say
send an
that
email.
in the chat option in Zoom, that you can maybe send your tabulated numbers for the
Just the
candidates.
numbers. Yeah.
Okay, so just send the numbers to Anne.
Yes, I think that would be great.
So like
Okay,
you just
great,
put the
thank you.
name of the candidate and then like followed by numbers, and I understand that the first number was for the first question, second number. Yeah.
and
right,
will
thank
we
you.
be having a discussion, I know not with the candidates here, but will we be having a private discussion before we tabulate? Or are we just taking the information that we have, making our decision? Or will there be any discussion?
I wasn't thinking to have a discussion because I think each of us should have enough information to provide our own input without influencing each other's perspectives. But also because it's a public meeting.
I was gonna say, you are definitely welcome. This is a public meeting. You can go, you can hang out while we do the notes. You can go home and turn on YouTube, because this, every meeting is live streamed, and you can also watch the recording. So, so you're welcome to stay while we do the tabulation. You're welcome to go home and just watch it on YouTube. Either way. So.
Okay, so again, to follow through on the process, so the score sheet that we have is not about the 3 questions. The score sheet is about artistic background, vision, mission, complementary skills, and communication. So I assume that the 3 questions that we asked
Related to the
are
3
just part of what are going into our
specifically.
evaluation criteria.
Yeah, they are related to
Evaluation
the
criteria
questions.
are actually those 4 categories. So at the end, we would come up with the highest number possible of
Yeah.
20.
Can I
or
just,
lowest
I'm
number
sorry, Emma,
possible of 5.
can I pause you real quick? Is it at this point, we can thank the candidates and say that this is now,
they don't-
I mean, you can.
You guys talk.
Yeah, let us talk, like, I mean, you can stay around because it is a public meeting, but also.
you don't have to.
Like, you don't have to, I just want to let you guys know that. Sorry, Emma, you're not seeing.
You guys need to be free to talk.
So,
So, I'm sorry, continue, my
I just
bad.
want to make sure that that's what we're doing, because Anne just mentioned something about the 3 questions and tabulate. I wasn't sure if,
So Emma, like the 3 questions actually are matched to the 4 criteria, and with the answers the candidates provided to the question, together with all the information that they provided to us through the application and their resume, all that information should be material that you can utilize, for those specific 4 criteria, right? The question number 1 was matched to the first criteria, right?
Who created the question?
I did, based on prior,
Was that given out to us?
I shared it with Anne, I shared it with Rebecca, I think, so.
It was sent out
It was
just a
not
couple
really
days
time.
ago.
It was like, she actually shared it last week.
I didn't see it till this
Yeah,
week.
yeah. No, she did. Yeah, she did.
I don't want to say anything.
No, she did.
I have some,
Yeah. Like nobody volunteered to do it, and we were I've been trying to have that conversation 2 months ago.
it's okay, I'm not, I'm not asking about the past, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
for tonight, going to have a highest possible score of 20.
Yep,
Or lowest
correct.
possible score of 5. And
Yes,
that's
correct.
our criteria.
4. The lowest score could be 4. The highest score could be 20. Correct.
Oh, the grade 4, thank you. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Well, he didn't provide anything. That was okay. Where we start? I have no idea.
Okay, well, we'll give a couple minutes to go over the ballot sheets, and then there is any discussion, I think we should have the opportunity to do that now.
Are we going to have discussion before we turn in our votes, or are we having it afterwards?
I think we agreed that people could just turn in their votes.
Okay.
Is that correct? That there wasn't necessarily going to be any further discussion after we tabulate? Like, I'll read off the results.
Well, I don't know, it depends. I feel like there is some need maybe to have a little bit of discussion on some of the questions and whatnot.
And I don't know. Oh, echo. At this point, if this is relevant, but the original selection for commissioners always included, I think it was 3 outside public people, outside of the arts, so that they had a perspective, not just as an artist, but they had a perspective as the public. And that was their input to the Art Commission which was important, was, yes, I'm not in the art world, but this is what I see. So the only thing I have, and I appreciate the putting this all together, but an artistic background, when we are an open public agency to the public as well as artists, like, you don't have to be an artist to be a part of the Art Commission.
It doesn't say you need to be an artist. It says artistic background. It could be someone that does volunteering at Soul Flag because likes to, play with clay. Is not a practicing artist, but you have some exposure to the arts, right? And so that's what it says, background versus profession. And that's why there is a kind of a ranging scale there. And,
Also, I think it's kind of an interesting question because as we saw with some of the resumes that were submitted, or the second applicant, I forget her, Joyce, I think was her name, where she had to table her love for the arts for 30 years and has a very strong background in healthcare, it looks like, and insurance. So she's going to be bringing all of that experience of organization and all the skills that she's acquired over those 30 years into the commission if she were to get that position. So I don't really object to that question. I think I would like to know, like, okay, let's say you've run a bar for 30 years. Like, why do you like the arts? Like, what's your background? Where have you been involved? Where have you put your fingers in the pie somewhere?
But if the artistic background is rated as 5 as a very established artist, is that really, I mean, that's going to end up hiring that score for that person when that is not an extremely important point. The commission is to bring a very eclectic group to support the arts in Oregon City from different perspectives and different backgrounds. And so, if I was to say, well, this person is amazing because they have dealt with the public and they're social and they have political background and they have governmental background, but they're not an artist. And I would have to give them a 1 on that. And then at the end, they're going to have a lower.
But then I understand what you're coming from. I really do appreciate it. At the same time, I think we are the Arts Commission, could be any other commission at that point, right? So I think it is important that if you have an Arts Commission, you don't have to be an established artist, but at the same time to actually have some understanding of any type of art, of any form of art, because there are so many different types, right? Of having any passion or any kind of affinity for the topic. It seems to me that is kind of somewhat important because,
but if you read the bylaws for the Art Commission,
I'm sorry,
includes outside.
I'd like to say something here just for a minute. So I just want to just say that I've submitted my vote already. And I think that based on what I've heard tonight, it would be best not to spend too much time discussing the candidates because I think that it's going to affect at this point how we vote for them.
We already voted.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree
I'm being
too.
very careful not to refer to any person. It was some thoughts on what kind of weight it carries for the judging.
But perhaps we should finish our voting and then continue the conversation, or unless we are discussing the possibility of not having the voting, but
We could take a 5-minute recess if you want, or we can just keep.
I would like to suggest, I feel like what Trias is bringing to the table right now is actually a critique of our actual voting process based off of this metric sheet. I don't know what you want to call it. So, and in that case, am I correct, Anne, that you sent these out for us to review a few days ago before this meeting? Yeah. Okay, so I feel like that discussion is valid, and also if we are going to critique this type of thing, I think that before we do this again, we need to actually, it has to be on the agenda at least 2 meetings before we vote, and we need to approve it. Yep. So I think at this point, I totally think it's super valuable that you bring that up, but I think for this voting, I think we can move past. Yeah, but
I agree that the timing is
the timing's not right. So
and I agree.
However, I feel, Anne, that I would. I'm saying this out loud so that it's the record. I feel that for next year, or the next time we do a round of voting for anything, for a grant, for anything, we need to have a set metric sheet for that specific application. And it needs to be approved it needs to be brought up at least 2 meetings before we decide, and it needs to be approved the meeting before we're going to decide, so that we all come into the meeting knowing how we're going to vote on it.
Yep. I would also like to put on the record that not last meeting, but the meeting before, I brought to the commission as a discussion point the urgency of creating exactly that.
Yes.
And, we kept postponing it to the point where we were like a few weeks before this voting, and in the absence of anything, the best that could be done in the very short time frame was done. So, and there was time to review it before this meeting. So.
Also, do we need to clarify, this isn't really a ballot sheet, it's a recommendation sheet.
Right, in fact, I changed the word, what you received in advance did say ballot on it, but prior to tonight's meeting, I changed the word ballot to, I think I used the word recommendation.
Yeah, it's not even says anything.
And, yeah.
I think it's a great start, though. Yeah. Yep. And it gives us something to build on, like Choir was saying, when we have other things that need our input. Yeah.
So Rebecca and Josh, if you have other votes for,
Mine are double-sided.
I want to make sure that the two, oh, you got one for Ruth.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Thank you.
Should we hand our recommendation cards to you if we're done with them?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm gonna.
I'll be there. Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, I know. When a doctor calls, no. I know. I gotta go. Yeah, I totally get it. Did I do it wrong?
No, you didn't. I just,
Okay.
I want to make sure that I have everybody votes for all of them. That's fine. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, so it's capital O, capital C, capital G, and then that's the at sign. Yeah, at the at sign. Yeah. Look at my stripes. She's so cute.
And this is Amanda. I emailed mine to you.
Thank you.
In your email.
Thank you much. Okay, so I've got Josh is done, and Rebecca's done, and I need to add in. Josh, did you give me a score sheet from, hold on.
And then I did bring the document that Kristen sent, that you sent to us, that answered those 3 questions. And so everybody got that, right? Yeah.
And I believe you have all of mine.
Yes, I do. Thank you. I do, Josh.
Oh, she called. She said she couldn't. She was. I'm so sorry. Maybe like with coffee together. And like, be like, I mean, if you feel comfortable. I'm trying to reach out to like totally. Do you have any connections there? Yeah. Like, yeah, I will do that. And just like be like, we're trying to reach out to. Yeah, do you know anyone? Even maybe in Astoria too for the
me find out. I have no shame calling people, so. I mean, also. I mean, it doesn't really hurt anybody, right? It's a museum.
It is a museum.
Holy shit, okay, then.
It's like a Olympic, like.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, yeah. If you're
so
gonna story it, go. It's
It's
super
so
awesome.
beautiful.
It's so pretty. It's one of my
It's really
favorites.
Beautiful. Yeah,
And I'm
that
like
is
a
my
super,
favorite of your
super big
painting.
nerd for the historic houses.
The one in Camas, my two favorite.
One time, Nathan and I went to Savannah, and it has, at the time, it had a ton of historic houses that were like living museums where people were like working in period clothing, and I was like, I thought we were gonna go like to all of them, and like by the second one, he's like, I'm done.
I'm done with
I'm
this.
like, no, there's so many. He's like, nope.
I'm not right to this. I didn't realize was actually a, I didn't realize was the,
Yeah, it's similar to Piddick, yeah.
that's interesting. So let me see, who is the Visit News About Us Bank about?
Did we got them all in?
We added all of them.
Oh, yeah, no worries. I just seen if everybody.
But we can move on to the next item on our agenda. Great.
Okay.
Ribbon cutting event for this weekend, December 21st.
Yay.
Details and budget questions.
Well, I wanted to just, I'm excited for this Saturday's event. So the event's going to be at 2:00. We did reach out and contracted with the Tumwater Ballroom to do some catering. And we've got tents, things set up that will be out on the parking lot next to the Fial building. So right next to, so you know, we're not going to have everybody stand on the sidewalk. We're going to gather in the parking lot there. And then we'll have just a brief opportunity. Do people know where I mean?
No.
So right next to where the pedestal, where the statue is being inserted, right next to that, there's an empty parking lot. And there's a building called the Fial Incorporated, and it's that parking lot right there.
Okay.
So we'll gather in that parking area for a few minutes. And then, people will take pictures while we're going to welcome Jenny to actually cut. I've got the ceremonial big scissors. But we're going to have the speaking program here in this room. So we're inviting people, because the forecast is 80% chance of rain. We're not going to do the speaking program out there. Like I will have a live mic and we'll be able to welcome people and invite them to stand in the parking lot rather than trying to fit 50 people on the sidewalk. So it'll be a brief ceremony, or it'll just be a brief. I'll basically welcome people. She'll cut the ribbon, and then we'll come across the street here and have a short speaking program here.
Okay.
Our esteemed chair will say a few words. The mayor would like to say a few words. Jenny would like to say a few words. So, yeah, any questions about?
And so the reception will be inside here.
Yeah.
What was the budget question that you had?
Yeah, I do have a budget question. I also wanted to ask if someone would be willing to help take photographs with the city camera. I don't know if anybody, you don't have to answer right now, but if you have any experience with a camera. I don't have any, there won't be any, I'm the only city staff person who will be here on Saturday. And I'll be making sure City Hall is
So are you, for the inside or the outside?
both.
Okay.
I mean, we can take turns.
No, outside, my child, she's gonna come to the thing, so I'm like, it may not be great, but my
Take her.
yeah,
can
and my,
order.
but my husband will be there, and also he knows he could honestly do it too. Like if he wanted to take turn, he shoots.
That's
also.
true. I mean, I would like to.
He's probably more experienced than I
I
am,
would like to
actually.
capture the moment and multiple moments. I just don't.
Yeah,
I think my attention's going to be elsewhere. And
yeah. Don't worry about it.
yeah. Okay.
We're on it.
Awesome.
And we all have tried to take pictures with our phones also. If there's some good ones, we'll send them
Yeah. That's terrific.
extras.
Honestly, quality of iPhones nowadays. Yeah, similar.
Thank you for that. The budget question. So I believe it was either in November or October's meeting. I can't remember which. We approved a $300 budget for the reception. And the guest list has grown a bit. So now we're expecting between 80 and 100 people. So we had to increase the budget. So wanted to know, and you know, Jenny originally said, you know what, don't worry about it. If it goes over the $300, we'll just take it out of my artistic
no,
fee.
gosh, no.
And I thought, that's not really appropriate. So we're going to spend about $600 now that we have a greater number of people attending. And so I wanted to see if you would discuss the additional $300 to the budget.
Yeah, we would need to make a motion to change the budget from 300 to 600.
And there is no way that the city could cover, given that is a public sculpture that goes in the city. Well, you know, it's a sculpture that benefits the entire city, and
So you're saying don't come out of our budget, but take it out of the city budget?
yeah, I'm wondering whether that is an option.
Well, it's still technically the city budget.
Yeah, well, yes.
But like out of the general fund or something other than arts.
Yes, correct. Yes.
Since you have one day to figure this out with the city, I would recommend we approve the budget increase, ask that you ask the city for it, but if they don't, then at least you have the authority from us to use the funds.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yep.
Well, then we would need one person to make a motion.
I make a motion.
Oh, you do? Okay, got it.
I do. I move that we approve the budget increase.
I second that motion.
Nice. Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Are any opposed? Okay, we have increased the budget from $300 to $600, but Ann will discuss with the city to see if there is an alternative line item that can be entered to. All right, communications. What do people have going on?
Well, I would say if you haven't been able to, I think my work is still up for a few days in Perfecta. When is it? When are you closing down?
The end, till the 28th.
That's 28th. There's so much
I mean, I'm gonna be closed for Christmas.
Yeah, reasonably so.
Please don't come.
Yeah, come on down, see my work. It's stupid amazing.
It's no, it's beyond stupid amazing. It's really, I have to say, I'm not joking. It's really must be seen show live. Is absolute must be seen. And you know, I don't say it because choir is sitting next to me as he's on the commission. Even if you know, like if you like, it really is a must see show. I highly encourage all the arts commissioners in Oregon City to come and see the show.
I saw it and I bought a print.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, and also Rebecca came too. And she also bought a print, and you did too, yes.
Yeah. So, and also thank you to those who have already come out.
Yes.
Thank you. And I think we're going to be doing an event in the middle of January to like a dinner with an artist talk, because artist talk is fun. I got lots to say about
Well, actually, you did already an artist talk.
I already did, yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, it's recorded and is online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to see that, it's very long.
It was great.
So yeah, but yeah, that's on the Instagram. But
I
anyways,
enjoyed your foraging walk. I thought that was really good.
thank you. I think I'm going to do another one of those in the spring.
That was
FYI.
great.
That was really fun.
She talked about the plants that kind of inspired the work. It was really neat.
To do that.
think I was available. We're just starting a Lunar New Year celebration that's hopefully going to be scheduled for February 16th. So I'm working with Be Well Events to put that on. Starting to look for some funding for it, but mark your calendar, save the date. February 16th, it'll either be at one of the school district schools or over at CCC. We're looking for venue and funding right now. And there's something bubbling, simmering on another art center.
Cool.
So
Nice.
more on that as it develops, hopefully.
I would like to just say a big, huge thank you to the art commissioners who are done with their time with us. Thank you so much for really giving so much of your passion and energy to the city through this commission. And personally, it's been a joy for me to get to know you and to work with you and to learn from you. So thank you so much. And Karen, thank you. You're not here, but yeah, thanks.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful experience, to see it develop. See it develop and come to fruition, and then have the commissioners selected and be able to chair it for the first year. It's been a wonderful experience. If I can give any thoughts on my way out is, I want to put this very carefully. Take charge of our budget. Take charge of what is going on. These are people that are doing 5 jobs. Every one of them is overwhelmed, from finance to and so if you can, take the onus on, take the responsibility on to find out where something is at, who do I go talk to, and make relations with the city. When I started with the Art Commission, first thing I always do on something new in my life is to find a mentor. I must have called every art commission I could think of and say, how did you do it? How did you set it up? How active are you? And every one of them said, you're going to need the city's support, and it's going to take 3 to 5 years to get that, but you're not going to go anywhere without it. So those are some of my suggestions. Take that seriously, to get some relationships going, and to also follow up. Because yes, we're all on the Art Commission. We do all have lives, but everybody's busy. Everybody's overwhelmed. So yeah. And there's certain things we're not going to move ahead on unless we can help with that. I think that's a good way to put it, Anna.
And I echo Tria's words, and continue to push the city to do more marketing for the Arts Commission, because you are a valid organization and group for the city and for the benefit of the city. So,
Yeah, make sure that we're in the trails end every single quarter. We missed it on this winter one. So, but there are people, again, they're just overwhelmed. So just get your voice in there. Let your voice be heard. Let your voice be heard.
and persuade the city to present a treasurer report on a quarterly basis, if not monthly.
Yeah, monthly would be nice.
But I enjoyed very much working with you guys, and the 3 years went very quickly, so I'm sure we'll be back.
I'd like to present you with some flowers. This is a little bag if you need that to take them home. Karen, I'll have to catch up with you. There you go.
Thank you.
My pleasure. And there are some cards in here that people haven't had an opportunity to sign. Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Very nice.
Tria's, did Tima, I just want to say it's been such a pleasure serving on this commission with both of you. You both have just brought so much to our arts community here in Oregon City through your work, Tima, over at Soul Flags and Trieste. You're basically everywhere. I mean, we're really losing somebody really foundational to our Arts Commission work, and I thank you for everything that you've done in pushing for an arts center and advocating for our mural codes and on the first city celebration and everything that you've done with Two Rivers Arts Guild. And Tima, thank you again for everything that you've done promoting multiculturalism, diversity, and community celebration through Soul Flags. And I look forward to seeing you both around town.
Yes.
Thank you, and thank you too for all you've done through the arts.
Yeah, thanks, Emma. I've said that to you one-on-one. I always appreciate your voice. Thank you for staying on and being on the commission. It's been great getting to know you.
Yay, well, thank you, and I'm just going to echo everybody's comments, and I feel bad I didn't get Tammy Jo flowers last year. I'm like, the heck with it, I'm just going to get them, because I think we're I do have a few cards here for you guys. And I tallied up the score sheet, so let me get these cards in the envelopes, and I'll tell you what we got.
And should we all go out and celebrate our exiting commissioners tonight after this meeting for
I'm up
dinner
for
and
it.
drinks?
I'm up for drinks.
I think we should. I make a motion. Who supports my motion?
I'm still on the commission.
Amanda's being a mom, so I'm sorry. I hope your son feels better, but.
I'm sick. My son is sick, and I wish I could be there to say goodbye to Tima and Trieste and Emma. But go have fun without me. I'll be there in spirit.
Well, we all will be together in 2 days for the ribbon cutting, so there'll be some other opportunities for. All right, you guys ready
Maybe
for
they will participate to the public comment. We never have public comments. Now I'm waiting for any of you to come to public comments. Just please give us public comments. We never get public comments.
Why do they keep coming? It's a bad pandemic.
Every time I see them not public comments and there's never public comments, I'm like, come on. I want a public comment.
Alrighty, so these are just the results of the score tallies that came in, and we'll pass this information along to the mayor again. As we've said, I think 2 or 3 times, this is not a vote, and this doesn't necessarily mean that the person with the highest score is going to be the ones that get selected in the final result. But in terms of the input that we're going to be passing on from the Arts Commission, Amy Wilson received 144. Joyce Lemaster received 130, and I don't have Kristen's name. Kristen received 128 points. Miriam received 114. Justin received 94, and Rachel received 51. So we will pass along all of those results, and I can email them out to you guys so you have
So what were the top 3 one more time, Ann?
Amy Wilson, Kristen, and Joyce.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone, and have a wonderful Christmas and New Year's. We are adjourning at 8:25 p.m. for the 2024 Arts Commission season.